the Google Pixel Fold is the hottest phone of 2023. Anyway, so hottest foldable anyway, and it's an exciting phone. A lot of people are really interested in it. I've enjoyed my experience the last 4 days that I've been using it, but there's one thing that irks me, and this is consistent mostly across Pixel phones, that Google Tensor chip, it gets warm for basically no reason. Now, the phone hasn't overheated or anything like that, so I don't want to be like, oh, the phone's overheating and crashing, but it's annoying that you just do simple things and it starts getting hot. Normal phones don't do that. I mean, Google Pixel phones do that a lot of times, but normal phones don't do that. And it wasn't so bad at the house. And I used it at the house for the first 2 days. I waited. I got my screen protector in. If you're interested, the Whitestone Dome Glass one, really easy to install. It was $20 for a 2-pack on Amazon, and they had a $5 off coupon. I don't know if that still applies, but that's what I did. And I'm like, all right, cool. The last 2 days I've been taking it out of the house, going and doing stuff. Had a doctor's appointment this morning, and I was just browsing the internet. And it started getting hot, and it just got warmer and warmer. And you could feel it even through the silicone case that I'm using. I'm using the official Google silicone case, which I actually like a lot. If you want my feedback and thoughts on that, I like it. It's complimentary. It feels nice and premium. It's really thin. I don't think it's very protective, but it at least keeps you from getting scratches on your phone from doing like normal day-to-day stuff. So, 2 instances today. I also went out so I could take some photos, start working on my full review on this phone, and then it got much warmer. So when you use the camera, when you use, of course, GPS, that's something that's always made these Tensor chips hot. And a lot of it has to do with the modem. So when it's on Wi-Fi, it usually behaves pretty well. And I always caution people, like, look, the first 48 hours, if any phone you're using is likely to warm up at some point because you're doing a lot of installing, a lot of stuff going on, heavily using the phone, and that's something that can really make it warm up. So that's what I didn't want to say anything like the first 2 or 3 days, but I'm on day 4, and just simply going out, having the camera app, taking a couple pictures, or sitting at the doctor's office, browsing like the YouTube creator app. I wasn't even watching YouTube videos. I was just replying to comments, and I'm like, why is my phone getting warm? And you can feel it through the case. It's not like I'm holding it in my hand and I'm like, okay, is it getting warm or not? No, you can actually feel it through the case. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to continue to evaluate this as I'm using the phone over the next week or two till I get to my full review, because I can't do that yet. But yeah, so far, other than that, the experience has been pretty good. I like the screen. I've really been enjoying watching like Netflix on it. I talked about this in my video the other day. The front screen, especially when you hold it in the landscape mode. Yes, landscape mode. Portrait, landscape. When you hold it in landscape, it's really enjoyable. And also, I forgot when I was talking about the phone the other day, you can, when you're like in YouTube or Netflix, if you do the zoom in, the pinch movement, it will expand the screen on the phone. So that's also nice too. I don't usually do that, but somebody reminded me of it. So there are some neat things with this phone. I really like the build quality. I think it's premium quality. A big turnaround here. I did not like Pixel phones for a long time. I didn't like the Pixel 1, didn't like the Pixel 2, didn't like the Pixel 3. First one I really liked was the 4. But I hated that they just felt like plastic. I mean, it was high quality plastic and stuff, but that's kind of, Google was going for like that plastic, minimal, flat kind of look, and I never liked it. So I'd always said they need to make more premium phones, kind of spruce it up, church it up a little bit, and finally now their phones feel really premium. And that's something that's really been on a good track since the Pixel 6 and then the Pixel 7 and now this. I like they're establishing their own identity. I like their unique camera bar on the back that stands out. I like the form factor. There's a lot of things that I'm enjoying about this phone so far. But it just irks me, and this was another reason I didn't want the Tensor 2 in this phone. Not just because I don't think it should go in a $1,800 phone, because it does irk me that we have the same chip. Okay, yeah, it's great in the Pixel 7a at $499, but you shouldn't have the same chip in your $499 phone and your $1,799 phone. It just really sends a bad message. So I wish that they would have waited and put the Tensor 3, because all the stuff I've heard about the Tensor 3 sounds positive. It sounds good. And it can't be worse than the Tensor 1, and surely it'll be some nice leaps and bounds over the Tensor 2. So that's kind of, I think, the most general thought process. But then, I don't know. We'll see how things go from here. I'm going to continue to monitor this, keep my eye on it, and Well, I'll come back with some more information later. But it's just, I was worried that this would kind of carry over, because this is a characteristic we had with the Google Tensor. It was one that carried over for a lot of folks for the Tensor 2. And I get it. If you're playing like high-end gaming, it's okay if it warms up. If you're using GPS, almost every phone will warm up. If you got the camera on for 20 minutes, but simply doing something like watching a YouTube video or keeping your screen on for 15, 20 minutes, browsing the internet, Twitter, things like that, especially when you're on the modem and not just on Wi-Fi, that's really not using any workload at all, so it shouldn't be warming up. Anyway, so like I said, it's the hottest phone, it's definitely the hottest foldable of 2023. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I just wanted to bring y'all this message, talk about this, and look, this is not like a doom and gloom thing. It's just the disappointment of the Google Tensor 2 chip in this phone. And I was kind of expecting this. So that's all I've got. As always, thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, I'll do my best to get back with you. Please hit the like and the subscribe button if you did enjoy the video. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys next time.